Hey guys, welcome back to Trade with Jen. Today I'm going to talk about trading psychology. When it comes to trading psychology, there are definitely three things that I always went through. For the last 6 years that I've been trading, I've been, going through the struggle of greed. Okay. Greed, fear. Okay. We have regret, hope, and obviously overconfidence. You guys maybe have heard of, but there's a term in trading that we call FOMO, which is fear of missing out. That is when you've analyzed the market and you know it's gonna go one way, but you took no actions. And all of a sudden that market goes right into your favor. Boom. That is FOMO. Oh, I wish I could have got into that trade. I would have been, I would have had so much money. And then next you know, what are you doing? You find yourself chasing after the trade. And by the time you're actually chasing, sorry, tracing, um, it's going the opposite way now. Now it's having a pullback after having that momentum of going into your favor. Never chase a FOMO moment. That's rule number one that I had to learn, and I had to learn the hard way. Not gonna lie, just because I've been trading for some time now does not mean I don't get those emotions. I still do. I look at the market on a daily basis, and sometimes I sit there and I'm like, wow, just wow. I can't really do much other than just let it pass because at the end of the day, you have to recognize the fact that the market is always going to have opportunities. Greed, okay? Let's say that you get into a trade and it goes into your favor. You're possibly up 200 bucks, right? $200 and you're like, "Oh, it's going to go up even more. I'm going to make more profit out of it." Stop right there. First of all, if you're just beginning how to trade, okay, think about a job, a 9 to 5. Hypothetically say that you were making $20 an hour for 8 hours a day, that's 160. If you're up $200, why would you not take it? Again, these are things that you probably don't do intentionally, but you do it out of emotions, okay? Secondly, regret and hope. Let's talk about the regret part. What I regret when, again, it has to do with FOMO. When I analyze the market, it goes in my favor and I took no actions. I definitely have those regrets and it messes with my mind. It messes with my day and my aura. Okay. Hope. I've had a lot of times where I've hoped that my trades would end up in my favor. You got to remember, it doesn't matter how long you've been trading. At the end of the day, traders will always have some type of loss, okay? You holding on to a trade and hoping that it will come back to your favor is not a way to trade. You're going to blow an account, God forbid. If you are over leveraging, obviously, you're going to blow that account in hopes that it will come back into your favor. So that's the second toxic way of trading psychology. Third, okay, let's go over with overconfidence. When you're making X amount of money, more than what you were making in your day job, every trader is definitely going to get overconfidence into this, right? Perhaps you have a winning streak. That's overconfidence. Not to say that you shouldn't be proud of, not to say that it's not anything not to flex on, because you obviously had the right train of thought when trading those particular trades, right? But don't let it go over your head. Know when to stop because overconfidence will have you taking more trades in a day more than what you should. Okay. But how can we fix this? There's several ways that you can actually fix your trading psychology, especially those three things that I mainly just put out there. Fear and greed, one. Secondly, regret, hope, okay? And overconfidence. How do we fix these trading psychological problems? One, you want to be able to have a trading plan. When you have that trading plan, you only abide by exactly what you have on it. If rule number one says you got to analyze the weekly, find the trend on the daily, and then, you want to break it down to your 15 minutes to execute, that's exactly what you're going to look for. You're not going to go to any other time frames and try to find an excuse to validate what you're probably seeing at that moment. You're going to stick to that trading plan. If your confluences has a mix of price action and technical analysis indicators and tools, right? Things that actually speaks to you and makes sense within the market, you stick by that trading plan. If perhaps you end up taking a loss, you do not revenge trade. That should be part of your trading plan. There's no revenge trading. You take that loss and either one, you call it a day, or two, maybe you're allowing yourself to have two losses before calling it a day and then coming back on to the next day. Risk management is the second one. That probably should have been the first one. But risk management is a big one. You have to you have to really get familiarized with how much you're willing to lose versus how much you're willing to make. Okay? Whether it's a 1-to-1 ratio, 1-to-2 ratio, 1-to-3 ratio. Obviously, your risk reward is definitely going to get better over time. But start off with something simple and doable. Risk management has to be in place. Why? Because that's exactly what keeps you from blowing your account. Third, I want to say journaling. Journaling is high key, one of those things that really sticks to your conscious. Journaling is just so underestimated that I feel like if you journal, those are things that really stick into your head. I may be old school, I don't know. Because I know nowadays everybody want to do iPads and these notes on your phone or whatnot. It's definitely not the same. When you journalizing, it's almost kind of like manifesting, it's memorizing. This is a tool of how you can rewire and retrain your thoughts of what to do and what not to do, right? You can easily say, hey, you know what? Yes, I made a mistake. I remember that. I won't do it again, right? It's easier said than done. But when you write it down, it has a different psychological effect on you. And it's going to stick by you more than what you mentally told yourself or verbally told others. Because you could preach what you say and still not do what you're supposed to do. Also have some self-awareness. I would say number 4 on my list on how to fix trading psychology is definitely having self-awareness. The moment you enter a trade and you're getting anxiety, it's already a no good trade. Why? Because you're not confident. That means you didn't follow the trading plan. You did something that you're not supposed to do. Another thing is when you take your profits and you jump right back in, you're jumping back in. Why? Because is it in the middle of the momentum? Is it because it still hasn't hit your profit target that you were aiming for? Know the difference of having a right entry versus an impulsive entry. Impulsiveness, people do not ever feel, they just jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out. You don't feel these things. But this is why being self-aware is very important. So, also, my fifth one, and this probably, you know what, I want to say they're all like number one, but at the same time, I do have it in a particular order because it's almost kind of like what's important, what's not. But they're all equally important. I would have to say, in order to fix your trading psychology, is get back on your demo account, paper trading, practice trading. I know that a lot of traders struggle from going on live trading and actually making money to going back to paper trading. Why? Because paper trading does have or does give an emotion of fear of missing out. Okay? But understand that I would rather people, have that little FOMO moment on paper trading versus actually losing money. When you're highly stressed and you know that you're not thinking clearly, but you want to get that trading itch off of you, go to paper trading. Backtest exactly what you were thinking. Sometimes they'll just show you, like, look, you're just not in the right state of mind to actually be trading. But if you have that itch, trade demo. So if you're dealing with fear, greed, hope, regrets, just being overly confident, don't say you're not. Because I know that the moment you see those profits, everybody's head is up here, right? But to control it and have some type of, mindfulness when it comes to this craft, have a trading plan. Do your risk management, journalize, have some self-awareness, and practice as much as you can on demo until you learn your do's and don'ts. Right? Well, that was it for my little pep talk today on trading psychology, guys. If you like my little pep talk, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Thank you.